Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode 52. It's the landmark episode. It's a year on from when we made the debut, and we're back. It's the Royal Rumble review. Obviously, it was probably the second biggest week in wrestling. So, weekend of wrestling behind WrestleMania. And as always, I'm joined by Simon. How are you today?
I'm doing alright, thanks. Are you?
I'm good.
I had a long day of the Rumble yesterday.
So yeah, because it would have been Monday. Yeah, you would watch it live, do you?
Yeah, well, I woke up and watched the Bump's Ultimate Rumble, which was an hour, and then I watched the Bump, which was an hour and a half, and then the Kickoff, which was an hour, and then the Rumble, which was 4 hours,
Jesus.
and then I watched that WWE Icons Yokozuna.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the. We're good.
I was a bit past it going into my 9th straight. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I love the. Have you seen WWE Shop?
No.
There's a really cool Yokozuna picture, and it's a picture of him, but then it's like a white background with the Japanese flag all like blended in. Looks really, really smooth. Looks really nice. What I do have to make sure is that when I load up AEW, the no like music plays. I think we should be all right. Yeah, we should be good. But we'll go straight into it. We won't lose the flow of the podcast just because it's been a bloody rumble. But we do love a good rumble. We'll start with NXT if you've got that ready to go.
Oh, I haven't actually, and I don't remember that much from NXT.
I'll start us off if you want.
It was such a pain to watch it this week.
Yeah.
If you don't watch it properly on BT, it's
yeah. Mad King Eddie Kingston versus Murder Hog Lance Archer. Match has been coming for a while.
NXT.
Pardon?
You said load up NXT then talk about Eddie Kingston.
Oh no, I said AEW, sorry. I said I'll start AEW while you load it up. I was like, while you load it up, I'll wait.
I didn't get that, so obviously my Discord might be a bit late. Okay, yeah, well, it started with Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer. And Eddie Kingston got the win, just didn't he? Get the brass knuckles from Rick Butcher and Blade. Yeah, it was alright. They've got a lumberjack match this week, haven't they? So it was nice to set up for that.
Which will be a fun match. Love a good lumberjack match.
Varsity Blondes versus Christopher and Maxwell, as I think they're now called themselves. Yeah, I think Rick Harrison jumped off the top rope straight into a Judas effect.
He did. Really nice.
Love a Judas effect.
I like the Varsity Blondes. There's something about them.
Yeah, there is. They are quite good. Sting and Darby Allin called themselves hoodlums loads of times, which happened. Cody responds to Shaq. Oh, I love me some Shaq. I've got no interest in basketball, but he's so goofy.
That's the thing. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's gonna be actually quite fun. Cody Shaq.
I don't think we're going down that road. I think we're just doing Jade versus Red Velvet.
Ah, right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we will. I don't know when though.
Yeah, but I say
it's definitely going to be double or nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, because I was thinking it would have been Brandy, but also Brandy's got preggers, so
yeah,
it can't be Brandy.
It's what it was, wasn't it? It would just
yeah.
It would just respond. It wasn't the most electric Dynamite this week.
No, it was.
But it was.
What is it next week?
It's. I said it wrong last time. I said beach bash. It's beach break.
It's the wedding. Oh, I can't wait.
And we had Hangman Page versus the Hollywood Punk, Ryan Emmet.
If you recognise the name, it's Dolph Ziggler's brother. And if you just look at him,
name, you could tell by the way he wrestled because he just stole all of his moves. and looks like him too.
Yeah.
Hangman Page won.
Cool. Hardy comes out, tries to sort of get him on their side. There's I know the Dark Order. It's going to be a Dark Order Hardy thing, I think, even if it's a being the Elite segment.
Yeah, I've not really given too much thought to that.
No.
After that, we had Jungle Boy and Dax of FTR.
Yeah.
This was probably the best bit of the night.
Yeah.
I can't remember the main event was. Yeah, this were great. Jungle Boy is just he's so good in it, and that tower just sold for him every time. And you've got Tully and Cash handcuffed Luchasaurus. Oh, it was awesome.
It was yeah. The thing is, Jungle Boy is so talented. Everyone in that ring, everyone around is so talented that even a weird thing of a handcuff match, not even a handcuff match because it wasn't a thing, but even with that stipulation on the outside, it still didn't take away from what was going on in the ring.
Yeah, totally. It was very textbook, just like heel and face kind of the dynamic. I think I got a bit of echo. There we go. Yeah, I've said before I've never been that into FTR, but I think when they're up against just a proper like out and out baby face,
that's where they thrive.
Yeah, that's why I think I wasn't into them versus the Bucks. Like, I don't really know what the Bucks are. Like, they're just because they were going through that phase where they were like, were they heels, were they faces? And they were telling like all different stories going into the match.
The tweeners, aren't they?
I think so at the moment. They're definitely not babyface, but I don't think they're fully blown bad guys yet.
No, not yet.
Shanna and Britt Baker. Yeah, so it was in the classic slot.
And it was setting up the match against Under-Res, but again, like you said, they've just got them in the same slot all the time. If they just have a bit of originality, not originality, but you know what I mean.
Not even a bad match. It's just the same. It's just the death. Not even the death slot. It just feels like the token gesture.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Tony Khan maybe wasn't paying that much attention to this week's show, and I don't because he was a bit busy trying to sign Josh Madger for Fulham or something.
Well, that's
he's not been active on Twitter for 5 days either.
Genuinely,
Fulham fans are not.
That's why I was genuinely watching, like looking at the highlights of this and stuff. I was like, that's one thing. I was like, well, he's also doing stuff for Fulham. Like,
he's literally the director of football.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe genuinely he probably was there.
Yeah.
But
but it was probably not as much. And like, I can understand why he's not been plugging beat for it, because these replies were just be full of angry West Londoners.
Exactly.
The main event of Dark Order versus the Bucks and the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers got the music. Yeah.
They did get the music, I'll give you that.
Get in there. So they got the. I don't know whether I call them Bullet Club. They're not Bullet Club, are they?
No, they're Cullet Blub, really. If we're gonna.
I call them the Young Brothers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fine main event, wasn't it? There's a good bit where you've got Gallows and Silver going head to head, like something face to face, and Gallows is just so much taller.
He is.
And then
but Silver going at him.
Oh yeah. John Silver, such a breakout baby face.
He's such a hungry boy.
I love it.
They're so good. It was being the Elite this week where they're having a sleepover. And
yeah, I have been the Elite.
5 brings snacks and they tell him to F off. And then it cuts to outside when Anna Jay leaves and Hangman Page is coming to collect things. And Anna Jay defends the Dark Order. She's always quiet about it, but she defends the Dark Order. And she just tells 5 to shut the fuck up, otherwise he's gonna turn into stew. And it just made me chuckle.
They're great. Totally great.
What is he setting up for?
I don't know what to say about this. It's all right, innit? I don't know what place the Good Brothers have in AEW. Like, obviously they have a place, but where's it leading to?
That's the thing. Does it go to, especially with this feud? Is it leading to the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers versus Phoenix, Penta, and Pac, and then one other? Because it looks like it's going to be Mox and Omega.
Yeah.
Which was Moxley had a lovely paradigm shift. Like, didn't give it Omega time to get any offense, just hits it straight away.
I mean, I wonder whether we might tell the story of the Good Brothers, so occupied with the books and Kenny and stuff that they lose track of what's happening at No Surrender, and Private Party actually get one up on them.
That'd be cool, man. I'd like a Private Party one, you know.
And then maybe they go for the AEW titles, and it's like
Ooh.
the AEW tag champs are the Good Brothers who aren't signed, and then the Impact tag champs are Private Party who are like opposite promotions.
That'd be nice. That would be real nice, in fairness.
AEW's just good, isn't it?
It's just a consistent show.
Blow away.
I think it was just not a dead show this week, but compared, not much has happened. And like you said, it probably was because Tony Khan probably has Fulham on his mind more than anything. Even if like you couldn't see it subliminally.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, and no, never mind. I'm gonna talk about Impact for a second, but we're on.
Hold your horses. I know you love them. Beach Bear, are you looking forward to the wedding next week?
Not as much as you.
I love a bad segment.
Is the phrase. I'm sure it'll be fun and I'm sure it'll be fine. But let's get Miro. Let's get him going now. Come on.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, it's the main event I'm all in for. Totally.
Okay. But we'll move on. We'll move on to that was AEW again. Just a good, not like I wouldn't say decent. It was just a good one. Nothing much happened. Nice little ending. Just a churn yourself along. I think I'd call it. We'll go to NXT now. MSK defeated Killian Dane and Drake Maverick in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic quarterfinal. Is probably what you would have expected.
Yeah.
With MSK.
Go on the Rascals.
On the Rascals.
They're in there, really, is it? I know they've got to do the Dusty Classic and they've got two different tournaments, but I was a bit worn down by this NXT. With the sheer number of not necessarily tag matches, but it felt like the same format over and over, and also there's so many do they get along teams. How will they ever coexist?
Is there?
I think there is. You've kind of got that with Maverick and Killian Dane, who aren't exactly on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, Leon Ruff and Kushida aren't really a team, and then in the main event you've obviously got Finn and Kyle.
Yeah.
And they're doing it on main a lot as well. I think not necessarily in NXT, but I think it's like coming to NXT for an escape from that nonsense.
Yeah. 100%. Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez defeated Aaliyah and Jessie Carmella. Again, a result that you would have expected. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are going to run wild over this tournament. They're both favourites to win it.
Yeah, they probably will, won't they?
Yeah.
I haven't given much thought to it, but I'm amazed Raquel Gonzalez wasn't in the Rumble.
Same, I'm very surprised, but I suppose Dakota got the call up ahead of her.
Oh, yeah, Dakota war in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Santana Garrett was in it, so who knows?
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we come to it, Rumble. Tyler Rust defeats Dante Rios. Picks up a win.
Oh, yes, Rusty T. No.
Go on.
I don't get Tyler Rust.
Same.
Anything about him. The look, the pairing with Bivens, even in ring, like he's good, but
I like the pairings with Bivens.
I like Bivens. I wouldn't have paired him with this guy.
True. GYV beat Kushida and Ruff. Afterwards, Johnny Gargano and Theory came out. Kushida with the one final beat DDT, while Theory restrained Ruff. And then Dexter Lumis was watching from the sidelines. I'm guessing, is this I don't know what this is leading to, actually.
Just give me 2 hours of Zach Gibson promos.
But it doesn't work the same in a UK audience.
That's your 5 minutes of team experience.
But it doesn't have the same effect that it has with the UK audience, I feel like. You know what I mean?
You don't think? I think it's funnier because it's like it's kind of local and like niche, but not niche.
Yeah.
And he's taking it over to America, and they're all being exposed to it because there's never been like a Scouse wrestler.
No.
In the big leagues.
No,
my knowledge anyway.
Has there ever been a Scouse wrestler in WWE?
I don't know. That's what I'm just thinking.
Off the top of my head, no.
It's a bit like Neville, isn't it? Neville. Pat. In AEW when he did his promo this week and went, "Oh, you're walking around here thinking you're big bollocks, like."
Yeah,
He's proper North East accent.
yeah, it's true actually.
Yeah.
Very true, very true.
Love it.
Io Shirai brawl with Tony Storm, Mercedes Martinez, obviously Tony Storm having to Io Shirai to counteract both of them. Storm got the upper hand in this segment. Bronson Reed defeated Isaiah Swerve Scott. He's having lower. It's just a Bronson Reed, not a squash match, but he's just picking up wins. I want to see him now start getting involved in the title.
Well, he won it 6 months ago. We thought he was going to win North American title.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's happened.
Exactly.
Swerve's just floating.
Yeah, again, he's not really doing anything. I was hoping we'd see Legado del Fantasma because I loved their promo last week, but
yeah, we got the Kurt Stallion promo well, where he talks about seeing the shooting stars and taking the long road. It was fine.
Is Cameron Grimes injured?
He was, but I thought he was due back in like early December.
But because I was about to say, I don't think we've seen him, have we?
No, he was meant to be back. Supposedly, if the reports were to be believed, he had like minor surgery in November and was out for 4 to 6 weeks.
So he should be back now, but maybe they will.
Andrade, and I thought Andrade was meant to be back at the end of October. I thought they'd keep him out, maybe put him in the Rumble. Nothing.
No, I feel so sorry for Andrade.
Nothing. He won't. I bet he won't. I think he'll be going. Not going back to NXT, but I bet he won't come. They've missed the opportunities now with slotting back in.
Yeah, it's same with Aleister Black for me.
Apparently with Aleister Black, they're waiting for to do something really big with his return. They just don't know what.
All right.
So
okay.
I think there's something there.
Could I fail? And then the main event was Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly defeating the tag champs Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. So obviously pick up the women, which I think is strange. Pete Dunne hit the ring, tries to get them both, but Roddy Strong and Adam Cole come out for backup. But basically, Dunne attacked Balor. It looks like it's going to be Balor versus Dunne at sort of the next match.
Yeah, I think that's the way they're going. Balor's still championing. Yeah, because we said last week that they were going for Dunne versus Balor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, NXT just
not as into
no, that's the thing. Finn is just.
Why aren't I?
I don't know.
When Pete Dunne had that match with Walter at Takeover on the WrestleMania weekend, I think it was anyway. What an insane match. I feel like he's lost steam, and I don't know why. I think a lot of it might just be just audience. Like there's just no one there, and some guys have to just. Not everyone can keep the momentum going, but I'm not sure if the guy I'd be putting in the number one contender position at this current moment.
I suppose we'll just wait and see, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I saw it on social media. I think an issue with NXT at the moment is instead of having all the very different defined characters that they did a couple of years ago, now, would you agree that everyone in the upper card of the scene, their character is just I am cool, I am badass? Yeah,
that's the thing.
Kyle O'Reilly's now trying to be Finn Balor. Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, they're all...
That's the thing. I think one thing I don't like, and it's the same with AEW, there are not many characters. Like, Grimes...
I wouldn't say that about AEW.
Grimes is a character. Dream is a character. Luchasaurus is a character. But I feel like that's it.
Okay.
Like, off the top of my head, like, you don't have these. Something that's a bit different is normally just how these are wrestlers, they're quite good at it.
Okay. I don't know. I'd say I can see where you're coming from, but then obviously you don't want all your wrestlers to be like too gimmicky and like hokey.
Oh no,
the
no,
early
of
90s.
course not.
Wrestler an occupation. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's the sticky point with NXT for me at the moment.
Yeah.
The way they're doing good stuff, because they're different.
Yeah, okay.
They're reinventing themselves. Maso Ciampa. No, he's just I am cool, I am mean.
Yeah, okay, I can understand it a little bit. Should we move over to? We'll move over to Impact.
Oh, get in there.
Go on.
So
you get your chance
there's
to
a
talk
big
about
return
Impact.
on Impact. Big return. I don't know if you've seen. Probably I've seen.
No, off the top of my head, no. Maybe when you say it, I'll know.
Big return in the main event. Right. So fire up the notes. Yeah. So Rick Swan opens up, comes down for a promo. Oh, so right. This was weird. So obviously Moose is meant to be like number one contender, apart from like Kenny Omega. But then Rich Swann says, "Yeah, I know that Moose like wants my title, but Tommy Dreamer, come down here." And he goes, "Not only is February 13th the date of no surrender, our next pay per view, but it's also your 50th birthday. So here you go. Here's a title. Here's a title shot." Can hear a random Spanish man. Sounds like Carlos Cabrera.
Wait, you can hear that? I am a Michael mute because I was just checking up on something that I missed. How did you hear that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, you can hear it, but I muted my mic on Discord. But I didn't mute my mic on Discord. I muted it on the stream. Idiot.
So, yeah, Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swann, no surrender.
Yeah.
Because it's his 50th birthday. Yeah. Sammy Callahan comes down. He wants a title shot. Chris Bay comes down. He wants a title shot. Moose comes down. You know the drill by now. Then a massive brawl breaks out. Willie Mack comes down. And they all fight even more. But then the lights go down. And who comes up? Who's there in the room? It's Ken Shamrock.
Oh, right.
And he wipes out all the baby faces.
But he was the return?
No.
Alright, about to say, I was like...
No, the return was not Ken Shamrock.
Well, that's what I thought you were happy with Ken Shamrock. I was like, you can't... No, not Ken.
It was a weird one for them to put the lights down.
Yeah.
I've got to say. Then we had Always Ready, Matt Cardona and Josh Alexander against Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. And the faces got the win. Matt Cardona hit the radio silence for the pinfall. Matt Cardona looks great.
Yeah, he's good.
He's better than he was. I mean, he's not better than he was in AEW, but he's just been given more direction and storyline.
Yeah. Which
is it really. Then backstage he comes across Brian Myers because, Action Figures podcast. And Brian Myers just no, pretty much. So they're not going to be working together, but
which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, then we had Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. This was awesome. So they just had like a standard TV match. Not much to it. But because Brian Myers was just like trying like little sneaky tactics and stuff. Eddie Edwards started biting him above the eye, and there was just blood pouring. Oh. So Brian Myers got the win by DQ because Eddie Edwards tried to eat him alive. A satisfied yet deranged Edwards made his way up the ramp as Myers struggled to see. Pretty much. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but he beat Sammy Callahan, so who knows? Impact Wrestling. Tenille Dashwood and Rosemary had a match, and Rosemary won. Then we had... so this was good, right? This was... Swinger was all over this segment. So we had Fire and Flav Fest. Fire and Flavor Festival. So throughout the night, they're trying to, invite people to attend the Fire and Flavor Festival. And they managed to get Johnny Swinger, Johnny Bravo, and Falabar. Johnny Swinger's he's got special leopard print singlet on just for the occasion. I can't remember any of the lines that he gave in the segment, which is really annoying.
Because it's a swing man.
Yeah, but it was just what Johnny Swinger does really. So apart from that, it was actually really cringy, and it was the wrong side of over the top wrestling nonsense. So yeah, basically it was just them having a party in the ring, and at ringside as one of the attendees there was a Marshmallow Man costume, and then it turned out Nevaeh was inside that, and her and Jessica Havoc just crashed the party.
Oh right, okay.
It was naff.
I'll be honest, with Impact, there's a lot of time where I know you're saying stuff because there's so many wrestlers involved. I feel like with like your comedy segments or you're backstage, there are so many wrestlers involved. I just have a struggle keeping up.
Yeah, there is a lot of people. The analysis for this segment just basically summed it up perfectly. Johnny Swinger hilariously selling the cheese was definitely a highlight here. Yeah, he was selling some cheese that was made by but he steals almost every segment and vignette anyway, so that isn't much of a surprise. Yes, we would. So yeah, he put on Twitter, and I saw that you liked it. That it was the best catering he's had in a long time.
Yeah, it made me chuckle.
Yeah, that's
I didn't even see the segment; it just made me chuckle.
Yeah, he was just selling the cheese. Then we had Cousin Jake versus Confused Cowboy, because this feud is still going on. And Confused Cowboy, Joe Doran, got the win pretty quickly. Yeah, alright. And then in the main event, so right, this one what I was expecting. So it was set up from the opening segment. We've got Moose, Chris Bay, Sammy Callahan, and the one, the only Ken Shamrock versus the team of Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Tommy Dreamer, and a mystery partner. Who was the mystery partner? It's Trey Miguel.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's why I returned.
So he had those offers from NXT, from AEW, and the guy chose Impact.
Loyal.
He's either loyal or he's a fool.
He bleeds Impact.
Yes, he bleeds. Oh, yeah. So it was basically just a big tag match. Obviously, it allowed Trey Miguel to just like run wild. And I think he got the pinfall win.
Can't remember. I just saw that returned.
Sammy Callahan. Again, Sammy Callahan eats pins for fun these days.
Yeah.
He's like there's somebody in WWE at the minute who's just eating pins for fun. Might be Sheamus. He always has a really good showing but never wins.
Yeah. Sammy.
Yeah, and then after the match, the bloody madman, that is Ken Shamrock, attacks the referee and puts on an ankle lock. And then the show fades to dark, so it was all about Trey Miguel, and he's re-signed, which is good.
Which is good, yeah. It'd be interesting how he does now without the other Rascals.
Yeah, you know just on his own as singles guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on the Impact.
Go on the Impact.
In 2 weeks. I'll see what they can muster up.
Yeah.
I think if there was anything else noteworthy in wrestling.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I mean, there was the Dusty Classic stuff on 205. I just looked at main event.
Not Ember.
And it looks like the Ember and Shotzi beat
2 others.
2 people who are
the new signings.
Yeah. Honestly, main event looked the most nondescript show I've ever seen.
Should we move on to a good show?
And I would say GCW had a 24-hour show.
I saw that Leo Rush was on that.
Yeah. Yeah,
did they wrestle in a bar? It was inside a building, but it was like, it looks like a bar.
I mean, have you seen the comments from Jordan Brennan? Or you just wait until we've done the Rumble then going on?
Who's that?
Jordan Brennan in the Eagle 5 comments. So he says that Bianca Belair deserved the win, which I agree. He says it looks like the Hurt Business might be breaking up.
Oh, again, sorry, comments. My bad. He hopes
Moxley returns to WWE. Oh, I don't. I think he's best served where he is. I don't want to see him in a gas mask anytime soon.
And he's streaming elimination. Possible Jordan. We'll wait and see with that. Possible.
Yeah, I definitely won't.
Yeah, sadly won't be. It's too early. We'll move on to SmackDown. Bryan challenged AJ Styles to a match ahead of the Royal Rumble. Just allowed to come across to SmackDown, I suppose. No, sorry, the quarterly. Yeah, of course.
How could you forget? Honestly, notice how no one from SmackDown goes to Raw.
Yeah, it's only Raw to SmackDown. At least it was AJ and Omos.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Omos had a shocker at the Rumble.
Nah.
He botched his first 2 spots.
No, he didn't. He caught him. He caught AJ.
Oh, with the Mysterio AJ thing, I think he went way too early.
Yeah, I can understand that, but We'll come on to that. Blah, blah, blah. Little promo. Sets up a match later on. AJ Bryan. Bianca Belair defeats Bayley in sort of what was her crowning moment, which would lead to the Rumble. But beating Bayley, incredible. Bianca is a star.
Yeah, she shouldn't have cut that promo, though, like a massive mark.
Like a massive nerd. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But Bianca's good. King Corbin defeated Dominic. Poor Dominic. Not poor Dominic. He got retribution at Rumble, but who cares?
Yeah, I don't have anything more to add.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, really nice little backstage promo. Like, you know what I meant. And then Owens just kept on talking, Reigns and him, and turned off their monitor, turned off their cameras. Reigns just kept on talking. Most importantly, Kevin Owens had the Ever Rise Rules t-shirt on.
Oh, yes, he did. Well, he knows that Ever Rise rules, and now everyone else.
Daniel Bryan defeated AJ Styles by disqualification. Cesaro was on commentary to scout the thing. Eventually, Sami Zayn came out with his documentary crew to emerge to protest his recent treatment. Zayn changed the protest sign. He was on to an anti-Big E protest side. Eventually inspired the IC champion to take down Zayn with a clothesline. And then Cesaro nearly gets hit. Shinsuke Nakamura just comes out. It's a typical thing before our Rumble. Everyone gets involved with each other. If that makes sense.
Yeah, big schmoz. Is this the main event bit, or?
Hold up. Yeah.
Is this the bit where Braun comes out and basically just spoils his surprise?
Well, Braun...
At least they had it for 30.
Yeah, they do have Braun here, but yeah. Basically, Braun returns. Why?
Why did Braun return? You got to sell that pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, because Braun is going to get the money. You know what I mean?
Braun is a draw. Well, I don't know. He looks jacked and he looks like he's moving pretty freely. I don't mind Braun.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke and Big E defeated AJ Styles, Cesaro and Sami Zayn by disqualification. That's because Miz and Morrison slid in and jumped Big E. That means Otis came out to the ring and attacked them. And then the main event was Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke, Sheamus, Big E and Otis defeated AJ, Cesaro, Sami and the Miz and Jomo. Basically, and this is where Braun comes out and basically attacks everyone. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, he just goes, big Braun, big beefy Braun.
You could have just...
Wild. The Strowman Express and the Michael Cole was all too keen to say.
You could have just saved it for number 30. Couldn't you?
Well, if you're gonna spoil it, if you're gonna have Strowman as like in the Rumble, and you're gonna announce him before, and don't have him as 30, do one or the other. Because who was number 29?
2 seconds. I can get the order of entrance up.
It was someone like well underwhelming.
A lot of them were.
Oh, it was Seth. It was Seth.
That wasn't underwhelming.
But I was like, the final two, it's going to be Goldberg and Braun. And then it was Seth. And I was like, oh, but it's Braun at number 30. I want a bit of mystery.
Well, we completely forgot about him. We were going, who could it be? Who could it be? And then, obviously, it was Braun. But yeah, right. That was ending of SmackDown. It's what you expect before a Rumble. Everyone gets involved.
It reset down though. The Raw starts stunk out the show.
Yeah. It felt like a Raw show. But what we'll do is we'll go to Rumble. First of all, before we obviously talk about the pay-per-view, what did you think about it? Because I really enjoyed pay-per-view top to bottom.
So this was the first pay-per-view in, I don't know whether in a long time, but I got from start to finish knowing zero.
Yes. Well done, actually.
And it was so much better for doing it.
It's nice, isn't it?
I thought that was great.
That's why I watch him live, because I know it'll be spoiled if thingy.
Yeah, well, no, I especially because it was quite hard, because whilst the Rumble was going on, I was keeping up with Deadline Day.
Oh, yeah. Actually, fair play.
But yeah, I love this Rumble. I mean, a lot of it is probably purely because I've gone into the past few pay-per-views knowing what's happened, so this one seemed all the more special. But
I think top to bottom,
WWE, they smash it out of the park these days when they need to.
yeah. So the kickoff show was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeating Charlotte and Asuka due to a Ric Flair and Lacey interference. Not a big fan of this, but it was on the kickoff show, so who cares?
Well, we say we want Charlotte Flair to put people over a bit more, and you could say she did it here. But it took three different distractions, and if anyone's gonna pin her, don't have it be Nia, not
have it Shayna.
Not Nia Jax.
No, we'll come to the Rumble, but I was just... if you watch the stream, I just sigh at Nia. I sigh when Natalya... I leave the room when Natalya comes out, and I sigh when Nia comes out.
Yeah. Natalya ain't that. She ain't that bad.
I don't know.
So mediocre.
Do you know, like, we all have that one wrestler where we just go, I'm not a fan of? That's Natalya for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who that is for me. At this point, on current form, it's Elias. Or The Miz.
Yeah.
But I feel more dislike towards The Miz, whereas Elias is just, like, complete indifference.
Bless him. But the first match was Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. This was probably the perfect thing they could have done. Goldberg hits, like, a spear off the start, goes for thin, doesn't hit, gets another one. Drew then returns with a Claymore, Goldberg kicks out. Goldberg then, I think, was it a spear and then a jackhammer. Drew kicks out, then Drew just hits two Claymores, picks up the win. Drew looks strong.
You could swap. You could swap. You could swap Goldberg out for Brock Lesnar at this point, and like they just have the exact same match, just training moves. Like, do you know what I mean? Like just finisher.
But it worked well for me perfectly.
It did. It was fine. It didn't expose Goldberg's weaknesses, and obviously he put him over at the end.
The thing at the end,
I don't know what Goldberg's second match this year is.
Oh yeah, it's 2 matches a year, isn't it?
I mean, let's face it. I don't know whether it'll be at Mania or whether it'll be at if they do go to Saudi. They've got to go to Saudi at some point, haven't they? In the summer.
Yeah, maybe. You'd expect them to, but we'll wait and see.
Survive.
How will they cope? After that, the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Sasha Banks vs Carmella. Again, a really good match. These two have got good chemistry, don't they?
Yeah. Carmella, she's so improved.
She's come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah. Like, when she was first called up from... I mean, a lot of call-ups they don't get right, but when that draft in the summer of 2016... And they brought up Alexa Bliss and Carmella, was sort of two lower card, one even like that featured on NXT. And they've just smashed it out the park.
So I'm looking at the drafts from then. NXT, Finn Balor, American Alpha, Nia Jax, Braun Strowman, don't count, Mojo Rawley, Carmella.
Yeah.
And I can't say Alexa. Where's Alexa?
She definitely was.
Yeah. Was she the ones who were after the show?
Yeah, I think that's how that was important.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at some of the drafts. Number 36, but the 22nd pick for Raw, Darren Young with Bob Backlund.
Darren Young with Bob Backlund.
But so I watched a picture. It was Leo Rush, Darren Young, and TJP. Darren Young on the New Japan Strong. Do you know where Moxley attacked?
Yeah,
Darren Young's huge, isn't he?
Fred Rosser.
Yeah.
Fred Rosser, ACH, and someone else had a 6-man tag against El Phantasmo, Kenta, and is it Hikuleo?
No, it was Leo, Fred Rosser, and TJP.
No, this week's episode of Strong was different to the one that people are seeing online.
Is it? Oh, right.
That definitely wasn't the match I saw, so I don't know if it will Leo Rush. But Fred Rosser were definitely on. Because everyone was like, oh yeah, John Moxley was on Strong this week. And he definitely wasn't. Like, I watch it on Fight, so I don't know whether they're like a week behind or something.
Possibly.
I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Wait and see next week when John Moxley's on it. But yeah, Sasha Carmella, great match. Sasha gets the win. Reginald tries to get involved, but yeah, Carmella's coming on leaps and bounds. We won't do the Rumble, the women's yet. We'll talk about Reigns KO.
Yeah. Psychology out the window. Let's just batter each other.
Yeah, it was a great match. I love this. The finish was a bit yeek in terms of it was botched and it did ruin it. But I like the way that the sort of way that it's on a 9 count. Roman just grabs the referees. I love also something that definitely wasn't true. Do you know there was a red LED light on the scaffolding? When the referee he went to put his hands up to protect himself, but he also pulled the LED board, and it just looked like he was lights out because the board went down with him, which is stupid. Yeah, but Roman's handcuff, the KO's just stood there waiting, but because Heyman can't uncuff him, which is was very embarrassing. But
yeah, it was a bit awkward. I was sitting there thinking, oh god, he's just trying to get like chubby little hands through all this stuff. Not working.
There was no. I think it would have been nice if maybe KO improvised and maybe just start beating up Roman or something. Try keeping down while the referees, and then him eventually can get it undone. KO goes to beat him up again. Roman locks in the guillotine. But
yeah, it was just unfortunate.
But it was still a great match. It was not going to take away from it. One thing that I will like, and I think we'll see it on SmackDown, is after the match when they were showing all the big spots, it was either Kevin Owens taking them. Well, it was all Kevin Owens. Like, so obviously Kevin Owens got thrown off. Roman was fine, but then like all the spots that hit Roman were all Kevin Owens doing something stupid, like throwing him itself, like hitting sentons, frog splashes, stuff. It was all Kevin Owens doing it. And I think Roman might come out and say, "I won that match because I wasn't stupid. I didn't throw myself off buildings, off things." You know what I mean? I think that might lead into it. Keep KO strong, but yeah.
Yes.
But we'll go. Some longest part. We'll start with the women. So it opened up with Bayley and Naomi. So Naomi making a return. And
yeah,
fair play. Great performance from. In fairness, great performance from the first 3. I think we've got to say, because well, Bayley and Naomi 2. They start off. Bianca comes in at number 3. She lasted 56 minutes. She nearly did an hour.
It's a record, isn't it? It's a record.
For the women's, it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all she has to do is... Do you think she's been in it the longest as well? How long? Because Natty wasn't in it for long. So I know Natalya, I think, she's in it for the longest. But...
I'm sure I read that was the longest it's been.
Yeah, but there's not been many, but yeah. Then Billie Kay comes out, doesn't get in the ring, immediately goes sits on commentary, which I like. Number 4 is it's NXT Shotzi Blackheart. She comes out on the tank and everything. Billie Kay goes up to her and basically Shotzi goes, "No, I'm not taking your resume." Billie Kay goes, okay, goes back. Also, I saw the perfect tweet. I think it was Matthew from Botchmania. He just went, "I'm watching this with my mate and he can't stop laughing because Billie stopped Shotzi's tank like it's Tiananmen Square." Because it's the way she just stands in front of it.
I didn't see that.
And then number 6, Shayna Baszler. Again, obviously, she doesn't accept it. The resume, I think she beat her up. No, I think she just throws it in her face.
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, she like punches her
head. And so Billie Kay goes back. Number 7, Toni Storm. Love Toni Storm. She's amazing. She comes out.
Yeah.
Billie Kay tries it again. Toni Storm just beats her up. Which, fair play. Again, Billie's still not in the match. You just got. I don't think anyone had been eliminated at this point. I'm just trying to. No one had been.
Not at that point. She was after.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say. Yeah, Shotzi gets eliminated quick. Then who comes in? It's Jillian Hall. She makes a return. Right. So when Jillian came out, I thought, Jillian Garcia? They're winning now. And I thought, no, that's not right. Then she comes out with the mic. Do you remember?
Lillian Garcia.
Yeah, I think it was like 2006, 8, like 2005 to 6 and 7. She had this mic, and she was just her gimmick was she was awful at singing, and everyone hated her. If you go on YouTube typing like Gillian Hall, you'd understand.
I genuinely didn't think she was a wrestler. I thought
Yeah.
she was like some American personality.
No. She was formerly in WWE. She was very similar to how Billy Kay is just very annoying, really annoying voice and everything.
Right.
So I've said her and Billy team up, and they try a thing. This is when I think Shotzi gets eliminated. So unfortunately, Shotzi the first elimination in the match. Not really what you want, but hey. Ruby Riott comes out. Next one, another free agent, Victoria, making a return.
Yeah.
Look great. Finishes amazing.
Yeah.
Number 11, Peyton Royce. Obviously, you think he's tag team partner. Number 12, Santana Garrett. Quite underwhelming, that.
Santana Garrett.
She is, but when it just comes up with Santana, because for some reason on the board they never said the full names. At first, it was just on the thing, it just says Santana. I was like,
what? Yeah, well, it said Santana. I was like,
no.
Santana. And then I was going, if I wasn't proud, then I wouldn't be.
I was like, Ortiz. So Santana Garrett comes out. I was like, does she have any? She doesn't have any relation. Liv Morgan then comes out, so you got full Riot Squad, who do end up, where I think Billy eliminates Gillian Hall, the Riot Squad eliminate. Who's it called?
I honestly, I've got the Riot Squad eliminated Gillian Hall.
No, Billy Kay eliminates Gillian. Riot Squad eliminate Billy, and then Peyton eliminates Liv as while Bailey eliminates Ruby. There we go. I'm not going to be able to remember all the other ones. But,
yeah.
And I just remember little spots. Number 14, my pick, one of my favourites to win it, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I backed Rhea.
I backed Rhea as well, and she had an amazing showing. Most eliminations in the match.
Totally.
If you one way to push her over is her eliminating Alexa. We'll come on to that though. But 15, it was Rhea's nemesis, Charlotte Flair. There was a collective sigh, especially as it got further on. I realised they've actually put in an order of elimination on the thing, but that's fine. There was a collective sigh. Number 16, Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Go Dana.
Yeah. It's Dana Brooke, innit? Tori Wilson then came out, Hall of Famer. She's normally always in the Rumble. Still looks amazing. Lacey Evans, Mickie James, Nikki Cross. Mickie James sort of making a return the Monday Night MILF. Like Mickie.
That is not a gimmick.
It is. She's great though. Mickie is. Alicia Fox, free agent, came out. She won the 24/7 belt. Then she got eliminated and then lost the 24/7 belt.
Did we really have to have the 24/7 guys stink out this Rumble?
No.
You wouldn't have a bunch of random women interrupt the men's, would you?
No, but it was a nice little palate cleanser because it had only just been pure wrestling. Like normally in the Rumble you have a bit of a break or something, and just Truth getting on the top and going, my bad, wrong Rumble. Alicia getting
that'd have been fine, but you didn't need the 24/7 guys.
True. Alicia winning the belt though. Yeah, I can understand. I can definitely agree with the not having the 24/7 guys in. Mandy then comes out. Dakota Kai from NXT comes out. She wasn't in the match. I just realised she wasn't in the match long at all. She was in 2 minutes.
Wow.
Carmella, 24. She was in it for 47 seconds, which was the shortest time. You know, if they could just use it as this is sort of an excuse in terms of she was in the match before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I registered it with that little time.
25, the best wrestler in the world, Tamina.
Yeah, well, she should have been in dead early because she lost that match against.
Yeah.
So, well, you're not really. I know it's in theory like random, but then it's like, well, she's not really. Natalia's not really gained that.
No, she's gained
by winning
5 spots. 26, Lana, and this is the spot that I quite liked. In terms of someone got eliminated. Shayna gets eliminated, so Nia doesn't have as much protection, and then Nia goes to eliminate Lana. Lana drops the bottom rope. By the way, great performance from Shayna as always. 41 minutes you're in the match, 6 eliminations. She's great, isn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, Lana dropping the top rope, which was just she got retribution. Alexa Bliss then, number 27, Funhouse Alexa. Now, what did you think of this? So
Alexa at 27, the second version of Alexa at 28, and the third at 29.
Yeah.
And then Natalia White in house.
But that didn't happen. So Alexa Funhouse, and she's not thingy. Then she gets beat up by everyone. Everyone scatters. Alexa turns to this evil version, and Rhea Ripley's having none of it.
No, I'm not buying into this fake.
You know what?
Spooky.
What a way to put Rhea over. And I think this might be Rhea's feud on the main roster.
Awful.
I think this might be Rhea's feud on the first roster. I don't know who wins, and I think it should be Rhea, but...
Oh, no. Do you not think this made the Alexa Bliss thing look nonsense? It's like, well, why would anyone ever be scared when you could just go, nah, get out of it?
Oh, 100%, yeah. 100%. But I like that Rhea was the only one who was like, why is everyone so scared? And just throws her out with ease.
Yeah, if you're gonna have anyone do that, they have it with Rhea Ripley, but I won't do it.
I know. I think it does ruin the character a little bit. I just like the it was sort of the shock of, wow, she's just eliminated Alexa like that. Kind of like
again, it'd have been good if she'd have come back as another Alexa Bliss, but it was just like, nah, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
Number 28, Ember Moon, NXT. Don't do much. Gets no eliminations. Hits a lovely eclipse. She's got one of the best movesets, but she's in the match for 2 minutes, which is a shame. 29, Nia Jax. She gets a couple of eliminations. Not in the match as long as I thought. She's only in it for 3 minutes. And then Natalia, number 30, doesn't do much at all. But the final 3 was Bianca, Rhea, and Charlotte. And this is where our asses, on the watch line, if you watched it, thank you everyone that did tune in and watch, our asses were twitchy. So it was like, no. No.
This was the most invested I had been, especially when Charlotte pointed at the side and started hulking up.
I went, no. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. And then just...
You got the 2 youngest stars in the company, and you've just got Charlotte just battering them both as the underdog baby.
I know.
No.
And then the 2 babyfaces finally eliminated Charlotte, and then you saw our reactions of just all wild, like, oh my god, we're getting a new Rumble winner. Who is it? And it's Bianca. And you know what? I would have been fine with either. But do you remember last year, Bianca had that standout performance?
Yeah.
It was Rhea's this year. Rhea could win it next. Yeah. But well done, Bianca Belair. She was a star in this match. She was great.
It was by far the best women's Rumble match.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, it was great.
I think you had the returns made, like the Jillian Hall, Billie Kay thing was the comedy one. You know, if you didn't have the R-Truth Alicia Fox bit, the Billie Kay, Jillian Hall thing made me laugh. Victoria and Tori Wilson were like your nice little returns, and Alicia Fox won the belt.
They all contributed. They all offered something that wasn't Hurricane Helms. You know.
I do feel sorry for Shane Helms because he does get brought back.
It was such a waste of a spot. I know they did like the joke of the double choke slam, but when I think of all the people that weren't in the match, you know, as I said, Andrade, Angel Garza, both of the Usos, Ricochet lost a pissing qualifying match and still found himself in there.
I know, it's stupid, isn't it?
I'm really annoyed.
But Bianca Belair, she goes into Mania. We won't ask the questions because it's the main event question, but yeah. But, let me smooth that actually. We'll move on to the men's though. So obviously we know the 2 that were starting the match. It was Edge and Randy Orton.
Yep.
Which I wasn't a fan of, but it's fine. Number 3, Sami Zayn. Love this. Love the Sami thing. It fits into the whole conspiracy angle. Which great. By the way, the elimination, there were so many people in the ring before the first elimination, weren't there?
Yeah, it did fill up quite a bit.
Mustafa Ali comes out at number 4.
Well, what did you make of the Hardy and all the Edge and Orton thing?
What them 2 start? Oh, well, I like the idea of them brawling on the outside and attacking each other because, well, it makes sense. They don't like each other. But, like you said, I'm not the biggest fan of Edge Edge being written off the match, Orton being written out of the match for the entire time.
Yeah, like if you're out for that long, then you should be eliminated. But
Yeah.
I got worked.
Yeah, I saw that.
Until they showed Orton getting his leg iced backstage, and then I was like, oh, you've got me.
No.
But until that, I was like, oh no.
No, I was still worked by it because on the watch along, Kieran had just gone, yeah, he's returning later, and I went, he could actually be injured, he's selling it like he's pissed off.
Yeah, but even after they've shown it backstage.
No, this was before. This is when he was walking off, and he looked pissed off. I was like, well, I think that could be just real Randy saying he's annoyed that he doesn't get to be actually wrestling a Rumble with everything that's going on. Yeah. And then when they showed the backstage, I was like, he's probably coming back in there. And then when he did, Jeff Hardy, number 5, was the first eliminated in the match, which was a shame, but yeah, it's Jeff. Who cares? Dolph Ziggler, number 6, Nakamura 7, Carlito, number 8, which I think we predicted this in terms of he wasn't on Legends Night because he didn't want to travel for a 2-minute segment, so he travels for Rumble and Raw. Fair play.
Yeah.
And you know what? Looks great.
I've got no memories of Carlito.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Carlito's great. Carlito's great. He's bulked up as well. Number 9, Xavier Woods. Number 10, Big E. Which is fine. This is when you got your Ali Woods stuff. I love Woods coming in. It must have been one of the ever quicker entrances into the Rumble because it literally goes Xavier Woods shows the ring, goes to cut, and Woods is already just beating up Ali, which I liked very much. Ali does eventually get eliminated by Big E in the match. Fair enough, that's fine. Big E eliminates Sami Zayn. Big E does well. He gets 4 eliminations, but he eliminates Sami Zayn. He eliminates Ali. He also eliminates Lashley as well. Who's the other one? And Hurricane Helms. But yeah, Big E, number 10, 11, Chomo, 12, Ricochet, 13th, Elias. With that,
Ricochet, man, like it's the most simple storytelling.
Yeah,
just either find a way around it or don't do it.
What, in terms of he lost his qualifier?
Yeah. You can't defend it. There's no way any work around it.
Doesn't make sense. Elias, lucky for him, he didn't come out at number 1. He ended with the guitar, but he's still got a thing. 14, Damian Priest. Making his call up, and what a rub. 4 eliminations, joint. There were 3 superstars who had 4: Big E, Priest, and Seth. So what a push. Yeah. The Miz came out. Priest eliminated Morrison and The Miz and Elias, all very similar to each other. Riddle comes out and has a great showing. 31 minutes. He was in for the third amount. The third.
You have missed The Miz destroying Bad Bunny's.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, Miz comes out and he destroys Bad Bunny's DJ set. He should be fined for that. He should be fined. Yeah. He should be a 30-day suspension. Number 17, a lot of people's picks to win, Daniel Bryan. Again, he's in there for a long time. Number 18, it was Kane. I think we always expect Kane to come back in a Rumble now, I feel like.
I feel like Kane comes back every Rumble.
Yeah. It's not even anything new now.
To the point where it's like, I wasn't into this one. I just rolled my eyes and I was like, oh, what a waste of a slot.
Kane eliminates Dolph Ziggler, which, if you saw in the reactions, I was not happy about. Ziggler was going to win it. And he also eliminates Ricochet with a choke slam. Definitely not happy with that. Simple. Corbin, Otis, Dominic, and then the IC champion Lashley. Lashley has a good showing as well, as you'd hope. Eliminates Dominic, eliminates Kane, eliminates Corbin.
When Otis comes out, you can't help but smile. You know when that music hits and it just goes, oh yeah.
Well, we didn't have audio on that thing because
stomping his way down to the ring. He's so thick and dense. I love Otis.
I'm not the biggest fan of Otis. Hurricane Helms makes his return again. Big E and Lashley team up and eliminated him within 30 seconds. Again, a little palate cleanser. Elimination. You know what I mean?
Wait, which one was this?
Helms.
Oh, the Hurricane. Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, no, but it's just a bit of a palate cleanser. You've had all serious eliminations, apart from, and like no really surprise apart from Kalia. Oh, Hurricane's back. Have a bit of a
It
break.
wasn't the fact that happened. It was more just the fact. I feel like the Hurricane returns every single Rumble,
Oh yeah, 100%. But
and it just for what he offered, it just wasn't worth the spot. There's so many guys who weren't in that Rumble.
yeah, true. But they have to have more. I don't think people. I'm never a fan of a Rumble that's just all people who are on the roster. It's always nice to have a little bit of something different that you don't see every week.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
I agree. It just makes it up a bit in terms of people. I don't know.
But big return, Christian, number 24. Everyone was just, it's so nice to see Christian back on wrestling. Again, he was in the match for a while.
Part-time deal, right?
Yeah, signed part-time deal, so he's there. Is it probably similar to probably Edge's? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Although I'd consider it full-time.
Just, it was so nice to see him and Edge teaming up. Like, yeah, great. 25, AJ Styles with Omos. Number 26, Rey Mysterio gets eliminated by Omos. Had 2 eliminations in this match.
Oh, the way he eliminated Big E infuriated me. You can't just go in there and grab someone.
No. But
it's not even a feud. Like, it's not going to pay off for on opposite grounds. And it's Big E.
Unless on SmackDown, we have a bit of a roster change.
Oh god! No! I was so annoyed at the way.
I know you say that, but do you know like the reason AJ moved because he didn't want to work with Heyman? He's worked with Heyman's on 2 shows now. He wasn't talking smack with him. I think they may have hashed it out a bit. Same. Sheamus 27, Cesaro 28. Poor Cesaro. I mean, Nakamura was in for a while, but Cesaro wasn't in for that long, 4 minutes. But he had a lovely show and hitting two spinners. I can't remember what they're called. What are they called?
Just Cesaro swings.
Cesaro swings and hitting some lovely uppercuts. It was him and when Seth comes out, him and Seth just hitting the uppercuts against each other. I loved. I really like that. Seth makes his return though. The lights. Yeah, Seth's amazing. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
And number 30 was Braun Strowman. Okay, sure.
Well, they've both been gone for the same amount of time, haven't they, since Survivor Series? So
really,
2 returns in the final 2.
Yeah. So the finish is Braun is eliminated by Edge, Seth Rollins, and Christian. Seth eliminates Christian basically at the same time. Edge then eliminates Seth. Edge is looking around, thinking he's won it. Bell hasn't gone off. Orton's behind. Counter, throws Orton over the top rope. Edge just won it from number 1. What a moment.
Did you ever forget about Randy Orton?
No.
Neither did I. That's alright.
No, not when they went backstage.
I did think at one point though when he returned, I thought, oh, they might do it, might they?
Well,
but I think deep down I always knew it was going to be Edge.
There was a bunch of...
When Daniel Bryan went though, I was like, oh wow. Because I thought Bryan was going to be like the final at least 3.
Yeah, it was a shame.
It's Edge. It's definitely Edge.
Yeah. I was thinking Edge, Seth. In my head, I was like, Seth could win it, like, sneakily.
I hope we get Seth Daniel Bryan at Mania. I really hope that.
That'd be great. Both on SmackDown as well, aren't they, so you can easily get that. But yeah, Edge does it from number 1. Just that lingering shot, the feel-good moment.
Yeah,
it's
have
great.
You seen before his match on Raw, the average length of Edge's in-ring time during matches since his return is 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yes, he had that. He spent ages in the first Rumble.
Yeah.
Had like the 45-minute long greatest wrestling match ever, and then he spent like an hour in this.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, fair enough. At least it's not like, I know you're younger, but at least it's not like Goldberg, who's just there for like 3 minutes, gets his moves in, and that's it. Edge is here to fully throw himself into it,
Yeah.
Proper, not full time, but as good as. Yeah, it was good with the Rumble, but it wasn't quite the women's.
Yeah, I think the women's was a better match of the night, but it was a really good it was probably the best, one of my favourite promos. What's it called, pay-per-views of recent, probably in the past like year cycle. Um,
Yeah, in terms of WWE, it's probably up
yeah, I think it's up there regardless of company.
there. Okay.
It was so fun, and I love a fun pay-per-view. We'll move on to Raw, though. Just, God, we'll move on to Raw. Edge confronted Drew McIntyre on the road to WrestleMania, so obviously Edge can challenge anyone, so he came out and thingy. Not challenged, but just said, I'm here. After Edge leaves, Sheamus just appears out of nowhere and bro kicks Sheamus. It would come in, weren't it?
Was this the opening segment?
Yeah.
Yes, Edge comes out, basically goes. Said a few words on the Sheamus bro kicks it.
Yeah.
It's an elimination chamber match, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the thing. It's the match before the pay-per-view. Fair play.
Yeah. The SmackDown guys are going to have
yeah.
I don't know. Actually. I think Edge challenges Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And then we have McIntyre versus Sheamus
at
at the Chamber. And there's also an elimination chamber.
Yeah, the Raw will be. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that'd be great. I love elimination chamber.
Elimination Chamber is a decent pay-per-view. Riddle defeats United States champion, but by disqualification. So we'll have this feud going for a while. But I hope it does, and I hope it ends with Riddle winning, just because of his performance in the Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, he put in work at the Rumble, didn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like we get this every week, and I know we don't, but I feel like we do.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, but yeah. It was an actual match.
It's WWE's worst thing of, if you are in a feud with someone, you can only face that person or their mateys.
Yeah, 100%. I know where you're coming from.
I'm a bit past.
Xavier defeats Mustafa Ali. Kingston was back in the corner, and it sort of helps him get the win. Yeah.
Don't watch this. Watch his promo on Raw Talk.
He's great, isn't he?
Give him reckoning.
He's so sad, in it.
That's what he wants. I mean,
yeah.
Do you think they'll do?
Think they'll do what?
Do you think he wants reckoning? He's 2-2 versus Retribution. He wants best of 5. The only member he hasn't faced is Reckoning. He wants Reckoning.
Yeah.
Reckoning accepts. So will Adam Pearce book it?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'd like to see that, I would.
Kofi Kingston said, Raw and SmackDown are meant to be competing. SmackDown have just had Sasha versus Reggie. So why can't we have Xavier Woods versus Reckoning?
Yeah. I could see that. I could really see that. I'd like to see it, Bad Bunny brought Damien Priest to Miz TV. So Miz TV's going. The introduced Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, I actually kind of liked him. Cuts an alright promo. Damien Priest comes out. We set some match against the Miz where he beats the Miz. Fair enough.
Look, if you were to ask me how would I debut Damien Priest on Raw, it wouldn't be in a segment with Bad Bunny on Miz TV. But it worked. It was alright.
It works sort of in his persona.
They're putting Priest over big time. I think they've got huge plans for him, and that excites me.
Yeah,
very much.
Yeah, 100%. He had a good Rumble showing, and now
probably the most exciting thing about Raw at the moment.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see that. Something I hate. Cedric Collins and Andrew and Shelton Benjamin defeated the Lucha House Party. So obviously, I like the thing that that now it's flipped. Benjamin tagged himself in and picks up the win. But not the Lucha House Party. They're literally still in the Classic. They're about to have a match with Legado, which has been built up. It looks really an interesting match. Why?
Yeah.
And they were in the 24/7 stuff. I'm like,
I hadn't thought about that.
I was like, just Triple H, please just go. You can use them after, but keep them. You can just don't put them in bad matches or segments until after they've completed the Dusty Classics. It just makes them look weak. And even though they're a completely different entity on SmackDown, on NXT, it still doesn't. It still devalues them.
But they're not a different entity because Tom Phillips said in this match that the Lucha House Party are still in the Dusty Classics.
I know, that's the thing. But you know what I mean in terms of they wrestle and they're booked strong on NXT.
Funnily enough, it shouldn't bother me, but I didn't realise that at the time, and the thing that annoyed me more was the Hurt Business stuff, because it's the same story beat we've had for the past month, and it's not been furthered. I know you can say, oh, well, they're developing the tension further, and it's like, no, they're not developing it, they're just doing the same step every week without actually progressing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's aggravating. It's one thing that I'm not a fan of. Naomi and Lana in a WWE Women's Tag Team title opportunity in a triple threat tag team match. So it was Mandy and Dana, Charlotte and Asuka, and then Naomi and Lana. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on, Lana and Naomi.
Yeah, that I like.
Two
I kind of like that. And basically said, when Lacey Evans and Ric Flair emerged to create another distraction, and irate Charlotte tagged herself out of the match and left Asuka by himself, the Empress entered the ring, still distracted, and ran right into a rear view. Right.
Are we getting Lacey and Charlotte at Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, or Mania?
I don't know. Probably Fastlane. Asuka's your Raw champion.
She is.
Just let her pin Mandy. Let them get the pin over Mandy or Dana.
And she got knocked out by Naomi's ass.
I know, she's the Raw champion. Ah, bloody Vince.
She's been booked horribly.
Yeah.
I get, maybe you can get away with it by saying Charlotte left the high and dry. But I know what you mean.
Jeff Hardy and Carlito defeated Jackson, Ryker and Elias. Nice little match for them too. They've got a nice little promo on WWE.com where they were glad to wrestle together.
Is Carlito here to stay, do you think, or do you reckon it's just...
Nah, it's just a one-off.
One-shot deal?
Yeah.
Because he's looking real jacked. I mean, we said that about MVP last time.
True, and he did return. Now, I think this is... I'd like to see him permanent, because I actually quite like Carlito, and there's a lot of matches he can have, but he's doing his acting thing and stuff.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Carlito, apart from he's related to the Shining Stars.
We finally got a minor payoff. Alexa Bliss defeats Nikki Cross. So a month after ending friendship with Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss battled a former friend in a one-on-one showdown. Cross started getting an advantage. Bliss suddenly transformed herself into the version of Alexa Bliss that was once so close to Nikki. She then transferred back to the Funhouse Bliss. This threw her opponent long enough to Alexa hit the sister Abigail with her own twist to the manoeuvre. Alexa picks up the win. It's more after Alexa's involved in the main event. Poor Nikki Cross, but who cares anymore?
Too hokey and past it, and I thought the camera work was just laughable in terms of there's Alexa and there's Nikki Cross in the ring and there's a different Alexa with just hard cuts. I was like, at least try and do like a bit of editing. Or just do something.
Yeah, I couldn't understand that, but who cares anymore? Edge defeats Randy Orton, so after going to Edge went on with Randy Orton again in the main event of Raw. In the final moments of the match, Alexa Bliss appeared on the table with black substance oozing from her mouth. Orton loses focus. Edge hits the spear for the win. Yeah, Fiend's going to be returning soon.
After not what I didn't like the WrestleMania match, but after this best of 3 series, and Edge has now got a definitive win. I am so happy to see him move on to someone else. You know, and interact with someone different. Because he's been here over a year.
True.
All right, he's missed 6 months. But
I think the reason is...
When I saw him and Drew in the ring, I was like, yes, this is different.
Yeah, I think the reason he was against Orton is because, like, in this past years and stuff, it's because of the injuries, and Orton is known as one of the safest workers.
Oh, no. Well, I think it was just to wrap up the story.
Yeah, obviously, but that's why the storyline, I think, was there.
Yeah. Oh, you mean as the first one back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll know each other inside and out.
Yeah,
it was a really good first feud. It was just so unfortunate in the way it panned out, but yeah, closure, definitive ending. Both can move on to something else. How do you bring the Fiend back? Does he come up in the middle of the elimination chamber?
Yeah, I think Orton's in the match.
Okay.
Orton looks like he's going to win it. Fiend comes up from it.
Or do you think he somehow joins Randy Orton in the pod?
Maybe. I feel like, again, if there's no crowd, they can figure that out. They can do something a bit different. You know what I would kind of... Do you know the way that Alexa had that black goo oozing from her? I kind of like it if in Orton's chamber, before he comes out, he just starts dripping with this and like covers the entire screen.
Oh god, that'd be so hokey.
I think it...
I don't know. Doing it. I can see him going that way.
Like something along them lines, like utilize this thing, and then sort of, you know what I mean? Have something a bit different that you can do in this time.
Yeah, I guess I would say at fast lane, could you return just coming down to the ring in like a massive car or something? Or
We'll wait and see. I suppose we'll wait and see.
Why is fast lane?
Fastlane's a great pit. No, it's not. It's not. It's awful.
It's not. It's good, but it's not quite roadblock end of the line.
Oh, Roadblock was great. Roadblock's a great one. It's just a good name. I love the name. But we'll move on to the main event segment of the thing. And this, we'll read Jordan's comment. Just said a match book for I reckon for WWE Elimination Chamber. Charlotte Flair versus Lacey and Rick in a 2-on-1 handicap match. I could see them doing it. That's the thing.
I'd say yes, but I think they'll actually include Andrade and get mixed tag.
Do you think that'd be cool? That would be really cool.
Yeah. Because it's family.
Yeah. But the main event of the segment of this podcast is, who do they face? I think I know what happens, but I think who do you think?
Bianca
and Edge.
Who do I? Sorry,
who do you think they're facing at WrestleMania, the Rumble winners? Sam? Well, I'll go because I don't know where Simon's gone. Hello? He's not here. I think what I think might happen. The thing is, I think we'll start with the men's. I think it's Edge versus Roman. Spear off. It all works well, and that'll lead. I don't know what KO would do. I think that'll be interesting where KO goes. I think it'd be sad to see him not on one of the WrestleMania cards, but I think it'll be Edge versus Roman, 100%. With Bianca, the problem is I didn't want both Royal Rumbles winners to be on SmackDown. But I think the story's written. Bianca versus Sasha versus Bayley. Triple threat main event in night 1. Or night 2. But I think it's going to be a triple threat. I don't know where Simon is. He's left now, so we may see Simon back soon. Maybe. I don't know what's going on there. But I think it's going to be a triple threat with him. With Bayley, Bianca and Sasha. And now I don't know where Simon is. We'll wait and see if he does return. I'll drop him a message. The joys to live TV. Of live TV. Simon. I'll ask where he's gone, but we might just have to end the podcast there if he can't return. But yeah. I genuinely don't know what to say. Thank you to everyone that's watched today. Should we do some promotion? I wonder if I switch to this one. Ignore all this. But I just need to have the. I can do it on here. Don't worry. We can get this started. We might as well do it while we're waiting for Simon to return. If we add that, I don't know if this is the right media stuff. If we put that in there, there you go. I don't know if anything. This is new. That's the thing. So we're gonna see if anything's new on here. Also, thank you to everyone who tuned in throughout the week. Where is it? Where's promotion? See, I actually don't have any of this sorted for the wrestling podcast. Sponsored branding. There you go. This is one that I wanted to show. So obviously, thank you to everyone who showed up for deadline day. Genuinely do appreciate it. But if you haven't followed us, you're obviously on the YouTube. At _top corner, the sports-corner.com, and the Instagram, the _ Is Simon back?
I'm back.
There we go.
I just like down.
Right. The main event. Who do you think Edge challenges? Who do you think Bianca challenges?
They both go for the SmackDown title.
Yeah.
Edge versus Roman is a better clash, and you can do Spear versus Spear. And Bianca versus Sasha's a better dynamic than her versus Asuka. And also, it's on SmackDown where she's been drafted, where she's built herself up, you know.
Yeah, I would like to see, what's it called? I would like to see Bianca Asuka. I think that's cool, but I said, yeah, Edge Roman makes sense. With Bianca, I think it could be Bianca comes out and challenges Sasha. Bailey comes out and just gets annoyed, and he's just like, this is unfair. I think Bailey gets herself in there. Triple threat, night one. Bailey and Sasha were sort of left out of the Four Horsemen. They were never in that main event where it was Charlotte, Becky, and Thea. I think they main event night one of Mania.
SmackDown is ridiculous. If that's the way they go, it is going to be ridiculously stacked because you're going to obviously have Edge and Roman, Bianca and Sasha. You've got Daniel Bryan. You've got Seth. You've got Braun Strowman. You've got Kevin Owens. You've got Bailey.
The SmackDown roster is stacked.
Who's Raw got?
Drew,
Sheamus, Keith Lee, Randy Orton.
The Miz. You got to and the Fiend.
Oh God.
The SmackDown is just stacked.
Also, Paul Keith not in the Rumble.
No, again, I thought he was supposed to be in the Rumble, but
I saw someone said they think he might have got good.
Well, yeah. No, that makes sense because of Mia Yim.
Yeah.
So I reckon him.
Of course. Yeah.
That actually does make sense, in fairness. But thank you very much for watching. I think first of all, thank you to everyone who tuned in yesterday. You did you hop on the stream? I might have been asleep.
I got 10 while midnight.
Oh, you did the late shift.
In the graveyard, and it was chaos.
Well, yeah, because the Minamino stuff just started happening, didn't it?
Oh, that was after I'd gone.
Were it?
It was after 11 o'clock. It was between 11 and half 11 when every single team just gets the deal.
Yeah. But thank you to everyone who tuned in yesterday. Did a very amazing views. It's one we say it every time, 3 times now. It might be, as a channel, it might be the funniest thing to do, just because it's consistent comments, talking, asking questions, but it doesn't feel long because we're all rotating in and out, and that is the one beauty of it. So thank you to everyone who tuned in to that. I thank you to everyone who gave it a like. Don't forget to check out the website. It's the one thing that we're going to be plugging so much on the channel if you're going to be watching it. YouTube.com/the Sports Corner YT, all lowercase. Like, subscribe, you know that you're already on the channel. Twitter @the_TopCon. That gives you all the updates and when we're going live. Sometimes live text updates on UFC pay-per-views. The website, sports-con.com. Everyone, we were working hard as the streams were going on. We had people were putting up articles, putting up live updates on deadline day. The website may have gone down, so if that was because people were clicking it, thank you very much for that. And then the Instagram, the _sportscorner_ for all them other latest updates. But Simon, thank you very much for joining me this week.
Thank you.
It may be the chaotic ending, but I think one thing we've got to agree on, Rumble, very enjoyable pay-per-view.
Yeah, major success.
Major success.
Maybe just, if you can try and shorten it by maybe just half an hour to an hour.
Yeah. Interested to see where all the shows go now, and obviously we've got Beach Break next week, so don't forget to tune into that next week. But yeah, Beach Break next week. See what happens with Edge Christian, because if he's signed a part-time contract, see where he gets involved in certain stuff if he has a mini-match. I was thinking, before we end, Big E's Intercontinental in a ladder match, just because there's so many playing pieces like Cesaro, Nakamura, Zayn. I feel like we might get a ladder match for that. Or a pack or something, a pack match.
I mean, yeah, of course, that'd be.
I'd love to see
No one's going to say no to that.
But yeah, thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you next week for Beach Break. It's time for the summer. Bye bye. There we go.